What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we are back with a brand new Jakks specific review on Wave 29 of the Super Mario figures. I'm very interested in what we have going on that's new to this wave. We got some new sculpt, paint deco, and articulation moving into this line, and I'm very curious on how different these figures are compared to their older ones. Now, I thought I was going to take a closer look at each figure in this set, but apparently I didn't get the right Luigi here. I got this wave from Big Bad Toy Store, and they sent me the other Luigi figure from Wave 25 instead, so I'll flip it around and you can see they got me a Wave 25 right here when it's not this one right here. So there's that. So I don't have the updated Luigi figure I thought I was going to be getting, but it's not like earth shatter or anything. I can easily just find the right one at a store at some point, so we're just going to be looking at the other four in this set instead. But we could also be looking at three, because I believe Piranha Plant could be a re-release here. Maybe it's a new sculpt. I don't have my original one to compare it, but it looks about the same to me. So let's look at Mario right here. So Mario is definitely a lot different. You can see the difference in the eyes. It seems like there's some more life into Mario's eyes right there, so there's a huge difference right there. I think the mushroom is about the same though. So here's a closer look at Mario with the packaging, and then here's the back. If you guys want to pause and read the bio, you can. Yeah, and then you can see all the other figures in the set right there. 11 points for articulation. There's Mario. And then, like I was saying with Piranha Plant, I think Piranha Plant is really a re-release. I can't exactly tell, but I feel like Piranha Plant could be a re-release here. So there's that, and then here's the back of Piranha Plant's packaging right here. So there's a bio if you want to pause and read. Got 3 points of articulation. Same thing, the other figures in the set. Now here's Yoshi. I was way more excited for Yoshi because Yoshi has more articulation. He comes with the green egg. It's the packaging right there. This Yoshi figure looks very clean. Really clean right there. Here's the back of Yoshi's packaging. There's the bio right there. 11 points of articulation. Same thing going to the bottom. And then here is Koopa Troopa right here. So Koopa Troopa, this is just a regular one, not the Paratroopa this time. So Koopa Troopa comes with the question block right there. So there's that. Then here's the back of Koopa Troopa's packaging, and he comes with 11 points of articulation. So there is the full set right, well, I guess not the full set, because I won't really be looking at Luigi, but this is the set right here. So we're going to be taking a look at each one closer, but let's go ahead and open these guys up, see what they're all about, put them on the rotating base, see how well they compare with their older figures, and see what we're getting here. Alright, man, so here's the figures out of their packaging spinning round and round in front of us. I'm actually impressed with a couple of things that are new with one of these figures. Now, I did take a closer look at Piranha Plant, and it's actually just a re-release. I compared it with the other one that comes with the red warp pipe and looked for any differences, and it is just a variant. But since it hasn't been re-released in a while, I will still do a comparison for those that still want to see it with the others. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at their accessories, look at each figure one by one, do some comparisons, and then give you my final thoughts on the figures we get here in this set. So here's the accessories you get here. Now, Luigi also came with the mushroom as well, but Mario does come with the mushroom here, so it is really the same thing. Looking at it, I'll even bring in my older one. I thought I'd show you guys this so you guys will want to know if the accessories are any different, if they have like a new sculpt or anything. I think all of these are about the same. So that's Mario's mushroom. Here's the green egg that comes with Yoshi. I'll bring in my older one. Same thing right there. So there's that. And then we got the question mark block that came with Koopa Troopa. So there's that. Same thing. And then the coin that came with the Piranha Plant. So it's really just re-release accessories you get here. Where in the world did the green Yoshi egg go? Okay, it's over here. I don't know how it rolled all the way over there. So here's a closer look at Mario, starting out with the head sculpt. I think this head sculpt looks amazing. Now, the difference is the eyes. I think the eyes are a bit more brighter and vibrant, and I believe the eyebrows are raised up a bit more too. And I also think the paint going around with his overalls and his shirt are more like they're more like saturated, I want to say. Same thing with the boots, I believe, and I think the back's about the same really, but I'm really seeing it in the face, and I think that's what I really like about this Mario figure. Now, of course, I gotta bring in the older one so you guys can really get a better look at that, but this is what I mean. You can see that the eyebrows here, turn this up a bit more, but you can kind of see it that the eyebrows are more thick and they're kind of exposed a bit more, but this one they're kind of more tucked into the hat, and I think they're a little bit thinner too. But other than that, I think everything else is a bit different. Like maybe his face here is a bit skinnier, but the paint job is definitely different with his overalls and his shoes. But yeah, I really think that's what I'm seeing so far with this Mario figure, and I really like it. Like it just looks a lot better, and I think that's what's really cool about it. I mean, I have a lot of Mario figures, so this right here, it's a lot different. I like it. Now, going over Mario's articulation is probably my favorite thing about this figure. So the head can turn, but there's a huge difference though, because Mario always had a hard time trying to turn his head, but this actually moves a lot smoother. Like it moves really good. Sometimes Mario will he'll kind of have like a stiffness going on trying to turn his head. This one moves really good. He still can't move over if he wants to look over his shoulder a bit, but it still moves really good. And I'll actually bring in my old one and I'll kind of show you guys by that. So look at this. You see how like sometimes when I turn it, it will kind of like get stuck at a few points. So look at me turning this one and then look at me turning this one. See what I mean? That is really good. So that's a huge upgrade right there. But the rest of the articulation is about the same thing. They just move so smooth. Like look at the rotation in the arms I'm doing here. You get your elbow joint still. You get your swivel to the wrist right here. And then coming down here, he can kick forward about here. I think his legs is about the same. You can kick forward about here, back about there. You get your knee joints. Again, they move really smooth, and that's another thing I like about it. But another thing that's new is you can actually swivel his feet. You couldn't do that with the older ones. Now I know, like, you know, the SH Figure Arts had that, but for Jakks you could never really turn his foot. At least I don't think you could, but this one you can do that, and I like that. And again, I'll bring in this one. You can see how it's just sculpted onto his jeans right there, so you couldn't really do that. That's another cool feature about that. And again, this Mario figure is really good. He moves, I like that I'm able to like move him really good. I like how I can turn the head really good. I can move his arms, and you know, like he moves very freely. He feels really good in the hand, and he doesn't have a hard time standing. So I really like this Mario figure. I think it's a huge change. I think they did an amazing job with him. Now let's actually do some comparisons. Of course, I'm going to compare him with, you know, some other Mario figures that I have. So let's do that right here. Now for your Mario figure comparison, here he is with the SH Figure Arts right here to the left, and then we have my older one to the right side right here. And you can still see the difference here. Obviously, you know, the SH Figure Arts will always be superior of what it does, but you know, even the Wave 29 Mario figure, it's not bad really. It's actually really good, and especially if you need like a, you know, just a cheap Mario figure to use, this one here, it's the way to go. It's definitely the way to go. Like I love this figure a lot really. Now I'll also do a comparison with the Fire Mario. So here's the Fire Mario right here. So that's how they look together, and I would assume that when we do get another re-release of Fire Mario, you know, and Ice Mario, we'll probably get the same sculpt as this one is, because I know Ice Mario's in the next wave, so he's probably gonna look like this, but you know, he'll have like his ice power up. I'll also do a comparison with Mario with the Cappy. There's that. This is actually a really good figure as well. I've always liked this one because I like the paint deco they did for his overall, so I thought that was pretty nice. Another thing I forgot to point out is his hinge to the shoulder. I do apologize for that, but again, articulation is really smooth. So here's a closer look at Yoshi. Starting out with the head sculpt, the first thing I notice is the eyes. The eyes are actually colored in. They're not just plain black, which is really cool because that's what SH Figure Arts did, and it looks really good, honestly. I think that's the only new thing going on. I mean, you know, other than the new articulation Yoshi has, but coming on down, it's about the same thing. The paint looks really good. He doesn't have any like paint chips going on. Coming down to the shoes, everything looks pretty nice. I do like everything going on with this Yoshi. I will actually do a comparison, of course, to my older one so you guys can see a bit of a difference right there. So you guys can see the eyes going on, and then coming to the torso. Everything else is still about the same. And then this Yoshi, like, I always hated that there was always like some sort of scuff going on at the bottom of his nose or the chin. That was always a problem with a lot of these Yoshi figures, but this one I didn't get it. It looks very clean. I'm glad I don't get any of that. I'm so happy about that. But what I'm really happy about is the articulation on this guy. This Yoshi feels amazing. So the head can turn. It feels buttery smooth, man. What a nice head articulation for Yoshi. You do get your full arm rotation here. You get a hinge to the shoulder, and then you finally get your wrist articulation. Yoshi finally gets the wrist articulation, and you can get a hinge right there, so you can, but yeah, look at that, like that is amazing. I love that so much. And then coming on down, the legs is about the same, you know, they are about the same thing, but you know, they move really, really good. And then Yoshi finally has ankle rotation right there, and he has a toe pivot, so that's really nice right there. It only moves like up though. It's about as much as you're gonna get right there. You can actually like take his foot off if you really wanted to. Again, this Yoshi figure feels really good in the hand. I really like it a lot. And I think what's also cool about his toe articulation is at the back of the packaging, they kind of had him in this running stance. This is probably the best I could get right here, but it was kind of similar to this. Like, you know, that's what's cool about this toe pivot, because you know, you couldn't really do that with this. So I mean, unless maybe if you tried, but I couldn't really seem to get it since he doesn't have anything to support the other foot. So that's another thing that's really cool about that. I like that. But again, this Yoshi figure is so good. I really like it. Now let's actually do some more comparisons with this guy. So here's a comparison right here. I have my SH Figure Arts right here to the left, and then here is my older one right here. Honestly, this Yoshi is like if you put this Yoshi and then this and then just put them together, I feel like that's what you'll get right here, except minus like the elbow joints and then the, you know, the joints in his mouth. But it's really not a really bad Yoshi figure. I really like this a lot. I do love the improvements they did here. I think they're going to start doing this with their other Yoshis. You know, if they re-release the other ones, like the, you know, the blue one, the pink one, hopefully a white one. We still need a 4-inch white Yoshi, but I think if they do continue this with the new articulation, everything with the other Yoshis, that would be amazing, because I love this Yoshi figure a lot, and I would love to see that with the other Yoshi figures. So I like this a lot. Definitely recommend this one. Up next, we'll be taking a look at Koopa Troopa. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on the guy. There's not like anything crazy going on with him. This is really just Koopa Troopa without his, you know, his wings. That's like, you know, molded onto his shell. This is just for those that didn't want that. So, you know, that's all you're getting here. You know, there's anything else going on with like the eyes or anything. No new sculpt, articulation. It is really just the exact same thing. It's just, you know, without his wings really. But, you know, this is still nice for those that just want a regular Koopa Troopa. Same thing if you had the, you know, the red Koopa Troopa without his wings being there. I can't actually do a comparison with the Paratroopa that I have right here. So they do need to kind of give this guy these eyes though. They need to do that at some point, unless I have the older one. I don't know, but you can't see the eyes going on there. Maybe I have the older one. I can't exactly remember, but there is the difference right there if you guys wanted to see. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is old. They don't even have like the black lines around his shell, so it's just very, very plain. But yeah, so that there's that really. But you know, articulation, I'll still go over it. Is, you know, you get your head swivel. You know, he can look up and down really, really well. You get your hinge to your shoulder, elbow joints, you get your swivel, and then the legs, you know, they only kick, you know, to the side right there, and just barely up right there. So there's that. And I've always wondered why they don't give Koopa Troopa or any of the Koopa Troopas like their any like knee joints. So here's a better look at all three of them together. You guys can see how they all look. I will actually turn them all around so you guys can see the shells as well. And there you go. Boom, that's perfect. So you guys can see what that looks like. So yeah. Now for your Piranha Plant figure comparison, I have the one that comes with the red warp pipe, and then we have the bone Piranha Plant. And I actually just noticed that this one's standing up a bit more straight than these two. And it's not like, you know, it has articulation to where you can kind of move it up. I just kind of realized that this one's standing a bit more, you know. So that's it's pretty interesting. I did not know that. But they are still about the same. So if you guys want to see with the mouth closed, there you go. Then I'll even turn them around for you guys. And there's the difference right there. So there you go. That's your Piranha Plant comparison right there. And they look great. But I think that pretty much wraps up our review on Wave 29 of the Super Mario figures. Definitely enjoyed myself with this review. I really wasn't expecting Mario to get much going on with him. I thought he was just going to get a slight new paint job on the eyes and then call it a day. But the figure actually surprised me a lot. I didn't think he was also getting some improvement on his articulation. Like, the figure looks fantastic and it feels phenomenal in the hand as well. And the same goes for Yoshi. I think the sculpt on this Yoshi is amazing. amazing as well. I still would have preferred elbow joints. I think having that would be a major upgrade to this figure. I do hope to see that in the near future, especially since the brand new Let's Go Yoshi figure has elbow joints. But other than that, I gotta say this wave isn't so bad. We got a re-release Piranha Plant with the green warp pipe that we haven't seen in some time now. We got the regular Koopa Troopa figure without the wings, but I'm not too sure on Luigi yet. I don't know if he's just another re-release or maybe he has a different sculpt and everything like Mario. But I enjoyed this wave here and I definitely can't wait for the next one, which is going to be epic. But I thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.